nothing to do. You tell me you love.
Hey, so today I'll be showing you how to turn this old kind of oversized hoodie that I haven't worn in so long into this cuter, nicer looking cropped hoodie, and I think it looks much better than it did before. And you can do this to your sweatshirts also. It doesn't always have to be a hoodie. So I started by putting on my hoodie and then marking out exactly where I wanted to cut it. Drew a line with my chalk so I could see it. Then I took one of my sewing pins and put it in place so that I wouldn't lose track of where I'd marked.
You holding me, tangled up in these sheets, holding you, holding me, easy love.
So there's where I wanted to reach. Then I took it off and put your hoodie on a flat surface, and then I cut a straight line. And if you're not very familiar with cutting fabric, you can just draw a line from end to end so that it guides you better than what I did here.
Wednesday night, it's easy love with you. Okay. I'm your sunshine mixed with a little hurricane. White hot angel with a daredevil's brain. This feeling I just can't fight it. You know all the ways I like it. My north, you're my south, you're my east, you're my west. When you see me at my worst, try to make me feel my best. This love, we just can't deny it. You know all the ways I like it. You holding me, tangled up in these sheets, holding you,
Then once you're done, take the bottom part of the hoodie, the one that you're not going to be wearing, then cut out the band at the bottom that usually makes the hoodie tighter. And make sure you cut right along the seam so that you cut it in a straight line. We'll be adding this to our hoodie later to make it look professional and like it was bought instead of just made at home with your scissors. But if you don't want to sew or you don't have a sewing machine, you can leave it as is. You can just wear it without putting on the band, and that will be okay. It's a look too. And so here you can see I have a hoodie and then I have my band. But my band, because the hoodie was so old, it was very expanded. So I decided to take off a few inches of it. I pinned around where I wanted to take off. Then I sewed along that line. As here you can see me sewing it. I did end up taking out more than you can see here because I put it on and then I realized it was a bit bigger than I wanted it to be. So you can measure it around your waist of where you want your hoodie to end, so you can see exactly how big you want your band.
It's been a while since I've seen your face, and it's been a while.
Then cut off the excess to avoid bulk when you're sewing. It'll make it easier to sew through.
Getting words and I speak in circles, trying to keep myself from saying, remember last year, messing around, we were so loud, and no try to kick us out, and I could never really lie to you, so I'm trying not to hide the truth.
Now take your band and take away the seam that you used as a guide cutting earlier. This will make it a bit easier to sew it onto the hoodie because it'll help it stretch better if you take out the seam.
Taking me too much dance, trying to find the reason why I shouldn't dive back into your life, cause I'm a little selfish and you're so jealous, and you embellish just enough to keep me honest. To be honest, we were flawless, and if we wanted, we'd pick it up from where we started. I can never really lie to you, so I'm trying not to hide the truth. Oh, I've been dreaming, oh, I've been scheming, I hoped you'd be here. I hate that
Once you're done, you'll have a much stretchier band, take your hoodie, the one that you'd already cut, and then, well, facing it right side out, take your band and leave it inside out, and then put your hoodie through it, as you can see me doing here, so that the raw edges of both the band and the hoodie are facing the same direction. And this will make it easier to sew, and this is the easiest method I've found to sew it. Then, as you can see me doing here, pin it together, pin the raw edges together, and then I took it to my machine and sewed it down.
Mr. Tibbs.
Another really important point while sewing is to stretch the band as you sew. So don't stretch the hoodie, but stretch the band. That helps you get that look that the hoodie has, where the band is tighter than the hoodie itself. It makes it smaller at the bottom. So here you can see me making sure all the fabric is aligned, and then once I started sewing, I started pulling at the band.
Heroes falling, I'm still calling. Heroes falling, oh, oh, oh. Heroes falling, I'm still calling. Heroes falling, oh, oh, oh.
I was done, and then you can see turning the band right side out. Now you can see why I was pinning it the way I did. You see, now it makes sense. Now it looks like a hoodie usually does. Because my hoodie was so old, my armbands were also much bigger than I wanted them, so I decided to do the same thing on my arms, and I cut them and reduced their size, the width of them. And here you can see me taking out the seam like I did for the band for my waist to make it easier to sew around.
Baby, baby, you driving me wild, you driving me so crazy. Got me acting out, got me trying to stay sober. Wanted your love and I'm out here hungover. You made me wanna take you to London, Paris.
And here you can see me putting my arm through the armband and seeing how much I want to cut, and if it would allow for me to take it out and be able to wear it and take it off properly, and then I'll reduce that area. I'll reduce the size just like I did for the band. I'll pin it. Basically following nearly the same procedure that I did when I did my wristband, but here you can see I took it out completely. And this is another way you can reduce it, your armbands, without it showing. And then I sewed along the part I'm showing you now. And I did the same thing for both my armbands. And then to put it back on, I did the same thing that I did to my waist. I laid out the armband right side out, and then I put it through the armband, the armband being inside out, and then I went to my machine and sewed it.
Girl, you know you cute.
hair was done, and I turned the armbands right side out, and I did the same to the other arm. And here is your hoodie done. I really like how this came out, and you can do this to all your old hoodies. I think I'll do this to all of mine and all my sweatshirts that I don't wear anymore. This makes it look much nicer. That's it, guys. I'll see you next week, and comment down below any video ideas that you want me to do, any more DIYs, and comment down below if you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features.